Hello friends, long time no chat. It has been a minute. A lot of people ask how long it took us to get pregnant. I was driving and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna throw up. And then I ran inside, I ran to the toilet, I like put my hair up, I'm like, this is it, this is starting. A bunch of people were asking about names in general, just like a name list, if I'll be doing like anything like with the names we're not using. And then one of the last questions I actually thought was kind of good. It was, do you have any fears about becoming a parent? And been a minute. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Sammy if you didn't know, and I'm pretty sure everyone who follows me here follows me elsewhere, so you guys probably already know the news. I am pregnant and I'm so excited to share it with you guys. I feel like it's been like forever and I'm like bursting at the seams because I'm so excited to talk about it. I announced it over on like Instagram, TikTok, on YouTube and stuff. I'm so excited to just sit down and like talk a little bit more about it. I have a bunch of questions from Instagram that I'm gonna answer. And I also kind of just wanted to walk through the first trimester, how it was for me, and all of that stuff. And yeah, just talk to you guys because it's been forever since I've been on YouTube. So if you want to see more YouTube videos, comment down below, tell me, because I never get the motivation to do them because I'm like, no one watches them. But I really should because I like looking back and I like looking at my life documented in long form video. So I want to do them, even if just for me, but I never get motivated to do it. So this might be the year. I hope so. So I found out I was pregnant in November, and we have been just enjoying it by ourselves with our family and friends ever since. I'm not sharing my exact due date. That was like one of the questions I got a lot, was like, when am I due? Not sharing like the exact date, just because the idea of like someone knowing exactly where I might be on a specific date like makes me feel kind of weird. But it's definitely end of July, early August, sometime in that time frame. I'm hoping baby will be here by our wedding anniversary, which is August 1st. We'll see. Baby can come whenever they want, but I'm hoping it's by then. So yeah, I'm just now exiting the first trimester, entering the second trimester, which is crazy. That's like a third of the way done. And I'm very excited to hopefully feel a little bit more myself. So I went ahead and I wrote down like all of my symptoms on my phone from the first trimester. Honestly, overall, I feel really good. If you're horrified of pregnancy because everyone around you has been like throwing up or it's been really, really bad for them, I'm here to tell you that is not the case for everyone. I thought for sure I would be throwing up the whole time because I'm like a nauseous girl. I get car sick. Like, I just thought I was going to be a thrower-upper. I felt really, really good. I feel for the moms that have had horrible experiences. I've had friends that have thrown up a lot. I've had like friends that have had a really rough first trimester experience, and I'm so thankful that that has not been the experience for me. There have been things, but nothing like very extreme. I always tell people, I'm like, I could chalk up all of these things to like something else. Like if I didn't know I was pregnant, there's nothing that'd be like, oh my gosh, you're like 100% pregnant. So yeah. It's not been bad, but this is what I have been feeling. So I found out I was pregnant really, really early. We were trying to get pregnant, so I was taking like pregnancy tests as early as I could because I'm crazy. And so the first thing I remember really experiencing, this was the day before I found out, was like lightning crotch. And I don't know if that's something that like is typical to experience. I've never felt it before, and I know you can feel that like later on in pregnancy, but it was like a pang down there. It was like a couple times, and I was like, ooh, that feels like kind of weird. Like I've never really felt that before. And that was really the only sign I had like before I found out. By 4 weeks, I was really, really tired. I'm not a huge napper. I used to be like in college. I haven't taken a nap in a really long time. I've taken so many naps the past like few months. I'm so tired. Like that is the one thing that has been true the whole time. And then my boobs started to really hurt. And this has been like something that is just now getting better. They look different, they feel different, they're huge, and they hurt. Like they hurt really bad. It was at a point like probably 6-7 weeks where I like couldn't even like they were hurting just like sitting here. I'm like, they are killing me. So that has been annoying, but that started happening right around 4 weeks. I only had really bad nausea, honestly, one time, and that was super early on. I was driving and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna throw up. And then I ran inside, I ran to the toilet, I like put my hair up, I'm like, this is it, this is starting. And then I never threw up, but it was really bad. And that's the only time I felt like horrible nausea. I felt a lot of nausea like when I was hungry, when I didn't eat, stuff like that. But nothing like really, really terrible. That was the only time where I was like actually in the bathroom like preparing myself to throw up, and I didn't. Honestly, 5-6 weeks were pretty much the same. My boobs still hurt. I felt like nauseous in the morning, but I just had to eat right away. I usually could wait till like noon to eat breakfast. I have to eat like right when I wake up in the morning still to like feel okay. At 6, this is so funny. At 6 weeks, I was like, I feel like I can see a tiny little bump, even though it's mostly blue. there was nothing. But I definitely thought I could see something. 7 weeks, I was feeling really ugly and my clothes were starting to not really fit. And I know you don't get the bump right away, but I definitely bloated right away. Like, clothes were not fitting. And like, my jeans typically run tighter, generally speaking. Like, I have a lot of high-waisted pants that fit, like, they fit perfectly. And so they were starting to not fit, which kind of made me feel a little like, I was feeling ugly. I had bad acne. I was like, not really feeling my very best, and I was sleeping really, really bad. I was waking up multiple times. I wasn't really going to pee or anything, but like, I was just waking up a bunch during the night. My back started to really hurt. I think I put that at 8 weeks. Yeah, at 8 weeks, I said like, I had a lot of like pain in my lower back. I had a lot of like cramping in like my rib area, which I was really worried about, but I feel like that's really normal. This is TMI, but I got like a lot of mucousy discharge, like a lot of like thick yuckiness. I feel like no one really talked about that, probably because like it's kind of a gross thing to talk about, but it increases a lot. I'm just here to warn you, it increases a lot. 9 weeks, I literally wrote like nothing. I just said back pain when I'm sleeping. 10 weeks, I feel pretty good and normal. I was craving sweets. I craved sweets the whole time. I crave sweets in life. It is so much worse. I'm like, I need to get a sweet treat every single night, multiple times a day. I'm like, where can we go? What is open for a sweet treat? This whole time too, I've really had no motivation. I think that's kind of paired with like seasonal depression. I say that lightly. I've not like, that's just what I'm calling it. But every winter, I think I really struggle because my work slows down a lot. I am sad. It's cold. I don't want to leave the house. And so that paired with not really feeling myself had like given me zero motivation to do just about anything. But 10 weeks was very exciting because I got my blood drawn for the genetic testing and for the gender. So that was really, really exciting. I hate getting my blood drawn. They take a lot of blood, but it wasn't as bad as I thought. So you're gonna be okay, even if you hate getting your blood drawn. I took Sage with me. He drove me home, so in case I started to feel like really queasy or lightheaded, he took care of it. I'm also out of breath all the time. Literally walking up my stairs, I like get up there, I'm like I am out of breath. And it's so funny because you hear everyone talk about these like things and you're like, oh, like that's so funny, she's pregnant, she's out of breath. But like, now here I am, I'm pregnant and I'm out of breath and I'm like, this is really happening to me. I'm gonna have to push the baby out. It's very eye-opening. At 11 weeks, I put patiently waiting for my appointment. That's something I haven't really talked about on any social medias yet. I had to wait till 12 weeks for like our first midwife appointment. And I know that's not very typical. I had a phone appointment at 6 weeks, basically like an intake appointment, like going over just like things you can go over on the phone. I didn't actually like go see the midwife till 12 weeks, and that caused a ton of anxiety for me. I did not know that was a thing. I thought I was going to be able to go in at 8 weeks and see the baby. Was not the case. We did end up going to a like boutique private ultrasound clinic, and that eased a lot of my anxiety. We got to see baby, we got to see the heartbeat, like that was great. We did that before Christmas, like a couple weeks before Christmas, and that eased a lot of my anxiety because I didn't want to tell everyone around Christmas and like have no idea what was even going on. But the fact that I had to wait so long for the appointment like caused a lot of anxiety. So if you're able to like go see someone that lets you go in earlier, that would be great. We have like a really big health system with our insurance that we're going through, and so like it just takes a long time to get in. They say they want to see you 10 to 12 weeks, but like it was scheduled out till like I was literally 12 weeks, so I couldn't have gone in earlier. And our midwife was great. Like at the appointment, I was really, really happy with like the care I'm gonna receive and stuff, and I hope everything goes well. But that caused a lot of anxiety in the first like few months because I was like, I don't even know if you're fine in there. Like the ultrasound tech at the boutique couldn't really tell me anything medical. She was just like, oh yeah, there's the baby, there's the heartbeat, which like is reassuring, but they can't say anything like, oh, but this looks abnormal or that looks abnormal. So yeah, it was a little anxiety inducing. And then at 11 weeks, the last thing I said was bump is bumping. And I feel like my bump is bumping. Like you can definitely tell, like I went to a yoga class yesterday and I'm a little bit further along now, but I was like, Sage, do you think like someone would know I'm pregnant? He's like, I think so. Like you look pregnant. And I'm like, it's kind of fun. And then 12 weeks, I didn't really have anything because I feel really good. And that's kind of catching us up to where we're at now. I feel really, really good overall. Like I said, since the appointment, my anxiety's kind of gone down a bit. We've seen the baby a number of times and everything looks good every time we see baby. We do know the gender. We got our genetic testing back. So I think that's all of the updates I have. We're gonna rapid fire through some questions I got on Instagram. I answered some on Instagram, and I'm gonna like go in depth with a few more on here that I didn't answer over there. Most people asked about the sex of the baby. We do know the gender of the baby, and we're gonna be doing a gender reveal with like our friends and family in a couple weeks. So I'm really excited for that. It's been so hard not to tell anybody. Drop your guess below if you have one. I was very sure what I was having before like before we found out the gender, and I'm not gonna say anything about what the actual gender was, but I was like pretty dead set on what I was having prior to our little reveal for Sage and I. So yeah, we were pretty dead set on what we were having, and then you guys will find out if we were right or wrong. And I will be sharing with you guys like the sex of the baby, the name of the baby. That was a big question, like will I be sharing the baby's name? I plan to. I don't know what I'll share of our baby. I feel like that's a hot topic in social media, and I'm not like some huge influencer that I feel super super concerned for my baby's safety, like going out. That's not a concern for me. It's more like weirdos on the internet. So I don't know how much I'll share. I feel like I'll probably share like family stuff. Like I don't want to be like, oh my gosh, this is my baby, this is what my baby's doing every single day, yada yada yada. But I plan on like sharing my baby's name, like some pictures of our family and stuff like that. So we'll see if that changes. A bunch of people were asking about names in general, just like a name list, if I'll be doing like anything like with the names we're not using. We don't have any names yet, so we'll see once we decide on the name. I don't know if we're even gonna settle on like a name before the baby's here. We might like wait until the baby's born and have like a couple names and see what feels like the best fit. But I think I probably will do like a names that we're not using at some point, because I love watching those videos. Those are some of my favorite videos to watch. So we'll probably do something like that once we for sure like X out a few names. A lot of people are asking if baby was planned or not. Yes, baby was planned, and a lot of people ask how long it took us to get pregnant. It only took a couple months, which was a huge blessing. I went into it not knowing at all. With my job, it's kind of hard because there is like a little bit of it you have to plan. Like there are times of the year where I can't really have a baby. Like I mean I could and I would. It would be much harder to do that in like September, October rather than like February. So I had always thought I'm gonna have winter babies, but I was kind of thinking like, okay, what if I have a really awful first trimester and I'm throwing up and I'm like sick, I can't move. Like I know a lot of women experience that. I had no idea how it was gonna be for me. And so I was really worried that I was gonna have this full slew of spring weddings and be in the first trimester and then like not be able to go to them. And I would be scrambling to find someone to replace me, and it would just, or I'd be yakking in the bushes at someone's ceremony, and I can't be doing that. So I feel like the summer baby actually works out really, really good. I only had to give up a few weddings that I'm still gonna be editing, still gonna be doing stuff for, but someone else is actually gonna photograph the weddings for me. So it worked out well, but yeah, it only took us a couple months to try and get pregnant, which I know is a huge privilege. I know that doesn't happen every single time. I know that doesn't happen for everybody. That's pretty abnormal, honestly. So if you are gonna try to conceive, just know that like getting pregnant on the first time is a rarity. It happens to a lot of people, but it doesn't happen to a lot more people. So we are very, very thankful that it kind of happened in a timing that worked really well. I really put my trust in the Lord of like, this is your plan and this is what you want to happen. So whenever the timing is good for you, is good for us. And then it worked out really, really well. My camera is gonna die, it's blinking at me. So I'm gonna try to get a few more. This one's so funny. How have you survived with no white monsters? I haven't, it has been horrible. I have had like a couple sips and then I've dumped them. I've literally bought one, taken like 2 sips and dumped it because I'm like, I just need it. I don't drink coffee really, and so it's been really, really sad. I've been drinking a lot of Diet Cokes. Not really, honestly. A lot of Baja Blasts because like, that feels like it gives me the same zing as a white monster, but yeah, it sucked. I hate it, and I still want them. It's not like I like don't want them anymore. No, I still want it. And then one of the last questions I actually thought was kind of good. It was, do you have any fears about becoming a parent? And I wouldn't say I have a ton of fears. I mean, I think I have the general anxieties and fears. Like I'm a worrier, so I feel like I have those kind of worries and fears of like, oh my gosh, what if this happens? What if that happens? Like I'm like afraid of those kind of things. But I wouldn't say I have any fears about becoming a parent. I've always wanted to be a mom. I've always thought I will be a good mom. I think a lot of like being a parent is like deciding, hey, I'm gonna be a good parent. And like I'm gonna latch onto that, and like that is my duty to be a good parent, and I'm not going to allow that to not happen. And so I've always just kind of like known I want to be a mom and known I want to be a good mom. And so I feel really confident in that. I know Sage is gonna be a great dad, and our lifestyle works really, really good for like flexibility of babies and kids. So I think that's gonna work good. I don't have a ton of fears. I mean, like, I know it's gonna be hard. I'm excited for the challenge. I'm excited to have a baby. I'm excited to have a family. I am just honestly excited is the best way to put it. Like, I am so excited. Sure enough, my camera died. So we're gonna wrap this video up. Basically, I just kind of finished the last question with like, I'm not afraid to be a parent. I'm really excited. I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna have a lot of challenges, but I'm looking forward to the challenges. I'm excited to give birth. I'm afraid, but excited at the same time. So we'll see. But yeah, overall, we're so excited. I can't wait for a baby. This is going to be just the sweetest, most special time in our lives, and I am just so looking forward to everything that comes with it. So that is all the questions for today. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, comment, all the things. Let me know what videos you want to see over here on YouTube, because I feel like I never know what to post on like TikTok versus what to post on YouTube. And I need more YouTube video ideas, because I love watching like sit down YouTube videos. And so that's what I feel like I want to make, like just sitting down and talking. I don't do fun stuff in the winter, so I can't vlog because I don't do anything. Let me know what you want to see, and yeah, maybe we'll just go from there. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for celebrating with us, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.